What's up guys, Emperor John Kill 3D Gaming here with another video, and today is about Ghost of Tsushima Legends, the free add-on multiplayer to Ghost of Tsushima. Now, what does this multiplayer mode give you to a predominantly single-player game? Very surprising for a free update. You get a 2-player campaign of about 9 missions with 3 chapters apiece in each mission, 4 survivals, and upcoming raids that will be done in chapters. So I'm looking forward to that, and different characters to play as, different gear to unlock, different skills to unlock, which really tailors to your play style. This is what impresses me and why I think you, if you already own Ghost of Tsushima, you will love this game mode. If you are new to Ghost of Tsushima and feel a little hesitant about multiplayer, this game will guide you. This multiplayer really feels natural to the game. It doesn't feel like it was just a tacked on add-on. A lot of time, I could tell, is being put into this, and a lot more, from what my understanding is, a lot more modes are going to be coming. You have 4 classes right now at the moment with their own individual skills, customizable appearances, customizable effects for when you draw your sword, and different gear that you can unlock, earn, re-roll the stats with the in-game currency that you get. Now, don't get me wrong, when I say in-game currency, there are no microtransactions here in this multiplayer. Everything is done through hard gameplay, through challenges, which would say kill 100 enemies with your sword, kill 50 with your bow, assassinate 25 enemies, play 3 chapters of a story. Very simple stuff to keep coming back to unlock greater strength and gear for your character. You know, feats, if you do these different feats, you can unlock more skins that are exclusive to that character that could really change how your character looks. You know, it doesn't become stale seeing 4 samurais classes together in the field, or 4 ronins, or 4 hunters, or 4 assassin characters. Sorry about that. If you see those characters together, they each have their own unique looks. They each have anything that makes them distinct. They have their own level up powers that they use versus different than mine, where I have a flame sword, they have a healing ability. It will change the waves of the game as you go. Now, the wave-based survival mode, you would think, it's basically a horde mode, yes, but it plays very differently than your average survival or horde mode, and I'm going to tell you why. You actually have to do objectives in the middle of this survival. You really do need to work together as a team if you're not that proficient of fighting the enemies on your own, or if you really have mastered the skill sets from playing the base game and you're looking to dish it out online. Hey, this is for you to sharpen up your skills. And every wave will either have boss enemies, different variations of the enemies you have fought in the campaign, since this game goes with the aesthetic of a supernatural Japanese Oni demons and the spirit world colliding with the real world. It went with that type of vibe. And if it was just basically in the realistic sense, the way Ghost of Tsushima went, obviously with a real world type setting, a real beautiful looking backdrop, areas to explore, this one, it's the real world of the Ghost of Tsushima, but with that spirit world essence thrown all over it, and it fits really well. It makes these levels far more detailed than the story mode, and these are just from multiplayer modes. When you play the versus mode, you'll notice little hints and areas that you have been to in the campaign, like forts that you've been to, that you've taken from the Mongols, to see them now with this supernatural aesthetic. And in the middle of it, all of it, you have the narrator basically writing the story and telling you the story of how your ghost, basically, because that's what they're called. Your characters are not just like a Ghost of Tsushima in itself, they're called the ghosts. So the best way I could describe it is if you take the beginning of the game already with the Mongol invasion. It does the very same thing here, saying that when the Mongols invaded, they were destroying Tsushima, but then flip it upside down. In the spirit world, at the time of the Mongols making their invasion, in the spirit world, the Oni demons are invading the spiritual world of Tsushima. So it's almost like two parallel stories going on between the real world and the spirit world, which I think, in the sense for multiplayer, to separate the multiplayer from the single player, it does that very well. It keeps you coming back to fight these enemies and to keep going, because playing it with or without your friends is extremely fun. I mean, you'll have fun playing with strangers, surprisingly, because everybody really works together, and I've ran into some nice players who've helped me out. We've coordinated well, and then when I play with my friends, oh lord, on the Oni souls. Now, the cooperative part, I like the cooperative mode with you and just another friend, because even if there's the two of you, the missions are still very challenging, and each mission has different varieties of what you do, like A, stealth, siege, destroy all enemies, protect civilians. Basically what you did in the campaign, just with a supernatural flavor to it, and this time doing it with a friend. It's really, doing it with a friend adds more to it, because you can actually do these modes by yourself. It lets you play the online single player campaign missions on your own, but they are really tough to do on your own. The levels tell you if you are leveled up enough or if your gear is ready enough. And unlike some games where they'll just throw you into the fire if you're a low level, if you're not the level this game requires you to be to do that task, it is not going to let you do that task. And each story segment, each level, is its own story being tied together by the narrator, which I forgot the voice of the guy who did Uncle Iroh. I think there was two voice actors who did Uncle Iroh, Mako and another one, but I can't tell, because I know Mako, God rest his soul, that was a great voice actor. He's always Aku from Samurai Jack, but this guy who voice acts in this game sounds identical to General Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a nice touch. His voice fits so well here. He basically keeps you going. You just want to hear what he has to say. You want to hear his narration, because he gives some pretty badass narrations while you're going through your adventure. I always like to stop and just listen to him before I go to the next segment or go to the next story bit, which each story mission in this game is split into 3 chapters. So that's good variety and a good length of time. If you're playing it straight through with a friend, it might take you, yes, maybe 2.5 to 3 hours if you're playing it straight through, and if you're skilled. If you're not skilled, it will probably take you a little longer, on top of going back to complete it on higher difficulties to get more from it, and then going to the wave base multiplayer. Now, future modes I heard are coming, future add-ons to the story bits to give you more story campaigns and more survival games, you know, and this raid mode that I heard is coming. I really hope the developers give this game the full-fledged Shinobi Samurai multiplayer type thing it deserves, because so far it's off to a great start. Tell me what you think. If you have Ghost of Tsushima, have you played into this mode? Are you enjoying it? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and I'll catch you all next time.